Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the sincere brothers who are pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Aqua, and Shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. Now, this lesson is going to be based on a woman that got killed in an Atlanta Beltline stabbing. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Ottawa and Ratazah, you're edified. It says, the woman stabbed to death on the Beltline has been identified as 23-year-old Alyssa Page, according to the Fulton County Medical Examiner. Page was killed by a 21-year-old man Thursday afternoon while she was on the Beltline. Officials confirmed to Fox 5 that the stabbing happened near the 1700 block of Flagler Avenue Northeast. Atlanta Police Chief Darren said the department was alerted around 12:10 p.m. that a woman had been stabbed just north of the Montgomery Ferry Drive overpass. She was rushed to Grady Memorial Hospital where she later died. Another person was also stabbed during the incident, but their condition remains unknown. According to officers, the man responsible attacked a U.S. postal worker prior to the stabbing before getting away on a bike. He then used that bike to flee the scene of the stabbing as well. The suspect was arrested near St. Luke's Episcopal Church on Peachtree Street in Midtown around 5:25 p.m. While officials haven't released an official motive, they noted the man may have been suffering a mental health crisis. And, ultimately, that man was a spirit of vengeance sent by the Lord to execute judgment upon that woman. Ecclesiasticus 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. And when you look up the definition of appease, it means to satisfy. So these spirits that are created for vengeance are appeasing or satisfying the wrath of the Lord who made them by executing his judgments. So, these shootings, these stabbings, these are the Lord's spirits of vengeance in the form of people executing his judgment. Verse 29, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. So death itself is a spirit of vengeance. And that's what happened. That man was a spirit of vengeance, and him stabbing that woman led to her death. It says, teeth of wild beasts, and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. And the modern day sword is the gun. But when you look up sword, it's just a weapon in general. So a knife, a gun, a baseball bat, a golf club, a broken bottle, anything that can be used as a weapon is a sword. And in this particular case, that man used a knife to kill that woman, to murder that woman. He punished her to destruction according to the will of the Lord. This is why in Hebrews 10:31 it says it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Because according to that article, that man was just going around, assaulting people. He attacked a postal worker. He stabbed the woman who died, and somebody else apparently, was injured by this man. So he was really out there just executing judgments. In Psalms 7:11 tells us that Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. And that woman was wicked, and that's why she got punished to destruction. In Romans 2:11, it says there is no respect of persons with Yahweh. So man, woman, or child, can get judged. Nobody is exempt from being punished by the Lord. Deuteronomy 32:39, see now that I, even I am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And that's right. So anytime you see a judgment where people either get wounded or killed, that was the work of the Lord. Whether it's a car crash, a shooting, a stabbing, an animal attack, or any other way in which people get wounded or killed. And in this particular case, that woman who died from being stabbed, there was nothing that could have been done to save her. Nobody could have delivered her out of the hand of the Lord. She was wicked, and she reaped what she sowed. 1 Samuel 2:6, the Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Yeah, so the Lord, Heavenly Father, he puts the Spirit on people to execute his judgments. That's why the scriptures say that he killeth and maketh alive. Because that man never would have done that. He never would have stabbed that woman if the Lord didn't put the Spirit on him to do so. If the Lord didn't use him as a spirit of vengeance. So when people get wounded, when people get killed, when bad things happen, that's the judgment of the Lord. He gets all the credit. He wants all the credit. Job 4:7, remember I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? And the answer is that nobody has perished being innocent, nor were the righteous ever cut off. So that woman was not innocent. Now we may not know exactly what wickedness that she was doing that resulted in the Lord bringing that type of judgment upon her, but the fact that the Lord brought that type of judgment upon her is evidence in itself that she was being wicked. Because if you're not being wicked, the Lord is not going to send somebody upon you to stab you. Verse 8, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. And that's what happened. In whatever way, that woman was being wicked. And she got punished for being wicked. Whether people can understand that or not. Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. It says, verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And for that woman, it was her time to die, plain and simple. That's why she's the one who the Lord allowed to die. Because according to the article, the man had attacked other people before he attacked her. But she's the only one who died. She's the only one who suffered severe enough injuries to where she died. Because the Lord wanted her to die. And he made sure that that judgment was executed. And this is why you're supposed to fear the Lord. Because when the Lord is angry with you and he sends those spirits of vengeance upon you, there's nothing anybody can do. However that judgment is meant to play out is how it's going to play out. Whether the Lord just does it to scare you, whether he does it to wound you, or whether he does it to kill you. There's nobody on this earth or in heaven that can stop the Lord or stop his will from coming to pass. And there's a lot more wicked people out here who are going to be visited by the Lord's spirits of vengeance in these last days. there's a lot more people who their time on earth is up, and they're going to die. And that's just the truth, the harsh truth. But with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, the Wadi Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Akwath, and shalom once again to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up in Ottawa, Ratazah. Till next time, shalom.